What if I told you that the love of Jesus is not limited to one country, one language, or one culture? Today, we travel around the world to discover how people from different corners of the earth see Jesus and experience his love. Jesus of Nazareth, a name known across continents, but how he is seen, worshiped, and understood. That's a story that spans thousands of years and countless cultures. Let's begin this journey together. Jesus across different cultures. Jesus in Latin America. In Latin America, Jesus is often seen as a close friend and a constant companion. He is portrayed as someone who suffers alongside his people, a Jesus who understands pain, poverty, and daily struggles. The famous Cristo Redentor statue in Brazil overlooking Rio de Janeiro is a symbol of hope and protection for millions. In Mexico, the Christ of the Miracles, Cristo de los Milagros, is a beloved image, said to have protected cities from disasters. Jesus in Africa. Across Africa, Jesus is celebrated not just as a savior, but as a liberator, one who frees people from oppression, injustice, and spiritual darkness. In many African paintings, Jesus is portrayed with African features, showing that his love is not foreign, but deeply personal. In Ethiopia, some of the oldest Christian communities in the world believe Jesus visited their ancestors spiritually, long before the gospel spread formally. Jesus in Asia. In Asia, where ancient religions like Buddhism and Taoism have long histories, Jesus is often seen as a wise teacher, a spiritual master who teaches peace, compassion, and humility. In countries like South Korea and the Philippines, Christianity grew massively, and Jesus is seen as a figure of personal transformation and community healing. South Korea has some of the largest churches in the world, and prayer mountains where believers retreat to seek God's voice. Jesus in Europe. In Europe, Jesus was at the heart of the continent's history for centuries. Cathedrals, paintings, and music celebrated his life and teachings. Today, in an increasingly secular society, Jesus is still seen by many as a symbol of unconditional love, moral truth, and timeless wisdom. In Italy, the Vatican holds one of the most extensive art collections about the life of Jesus, including Michelangelo's masterpiece, the Pietà. Jesus in North America, in the United States and Canada, Jesus is seen in diverse ways, from a personal savior to a social reformer to a king coming again. Different denominations emphasize different aspects of his nature, but all agree on his power to transform lives. In the U.S., surveys show that over 60% of people believe Jesus is the Son of God, despite growing secular trends. How people experience the love of Jesus. No matter the culture, one thing is clear. Jesus' love is a universal language. Whether whispered in prayer in a tiny village in Africa or sung aloud in a massive cathedral in Europe, his message remains. You are loved, you are not forgotten, I am with you. In every language, in every color, in every song and silence, the love of Jesus calls out to hearts all over the world. Maybe it's calling to yours right now. If this message touched you, share it. Let the world know. Love knows no borders. Love knows his name. Subscribe for more stories about faith, hope, and the beauty of the human soul.